US MrPantaloons here. Let's clear DM-MO-1 with low rarity and SilverAsh. Now for this run we're going to take a friend operator as well. For this one we have Myrtle. She is not necessary, but she does make things a lot easier, so I do recommend bringing in a Myrtle or just a second Vanguard because you need to generate a lot of DP. Alright, let's do this. So, of course, we're gonna have our two Vanguards here. We're gonna have Myrtle and Rear start to generate DP. We bring in me as well. Gotta make sure we get that DP from Myrtle. It is essential. We're gonna have Itano for the DPS. Courier is gonna be running with the S1 for that DP gain. Very nice. Alright, so we're gonna need some more DP and we can bring in our SilverAsh. We're gonna have him get the attack boost from the flow generator. Have his S3 range there. I'm gonna use that to clear the right side. Okay, so we're gonna activate the Sentinel and that will trigger all the swordmen, and then SilverAsh can just use swing and take care of them by himself. Very nice. Alright, so we can take out the SilverAsh. He did his job for now. Now we can bring in a healer. Don't really need one at the moment, so we're gonna bring in Beagle first to block that side. You can also take advantage of the flow generator, get that attack boost, get more DP from Myrtle. We're gonna have a Gaviel for the heals. Okay, let's see. So we have 3 more operators that we can deploy. We're gonna bring in Korra here to block that side, and I think Moose could be useful here as well for the DPS because look at that. So Myrtle is gonna have to block that side. I think Myrtle would be a good choice for DPS in there as well, but I don't think we're going for her on this run. We're just really letting them run amok in there. It looks like we're fine, so we're not gonna put anything. We're just gonna save our DP because again, you need a lot of DP here. So if you can save some DP, it will save you some time, but yeah, in the end you'll still need a lot of DP. Alright, so let's get that Myrtle DP. So we're gonna need to be careful with Courier there since he can only block 2. Don't want any leaks, especially with Myrtle triggering her skill. We're gonna get the Hitano skill there as well because we have a little bit of a clump of units in there. Now the Spear Boy is gonna come in and he hurts. He pretty much one-shots, so we have to use Gravel to block all the Lancers basically because no one can survive them. So we just have to do that. Alright. So there's another one. So again, we're gonna have to use Gravel. Rear is holding perfectly, so we don't need to do anything there. Right, so the Lancer is coming in. Boom, bring in Gravel and take her out. We could actually keep Gravel in there for a second when we deploy them, just take the Lancer down faster, and I think that's a pretty good idea. It doesn't really matter here because yeah, there's nothing really going on, so we can just slowly take him down. And here comes another one. He's gonna run some laps, gain some speed. And here he comes. That Myrtle DP gain. To watch it, pop it as it comes off cooldown. Gravel blocks another Lancer, and then we have the 3 big defenders. And here's so here we should have kept Gravel in there because we want to take that Lancer down. And as you can see here, the Lancer is still up, and it's kind of annoying. And we're gonna throw in Gravel in there to stall a little bit because we want all our mobs here to be tanked by Korra. We're gonna use her skill to make sure we tank everyone in there. and should be fine here. We can take out some of the operators, and we're gonna have to stall here, generate DP, and then also redeploy our units. And Korra is perfect here with her S2. So we do have one big defender going through, but this is fine. So we can take out Gumi, and Korra will still tank the big defender, so not a big deal, even though we it took us too long to take down the Lancer. That was basically the thing. We should have kept the gravel there a little bit longer just to make sure we take down the Lancer. But here we are fine. So this is what we want. We want Korra to tank those two big defenders while we generate a lot of DP with Myrtle and Courier. And here's where a second Vanguard comes in handy. Now we're gonna deploy Gumi there. We're gonna need her for later, and she can also start healing Korra, although that's necessarily needed. But yeah, again, we can probably do this with one Vanguard, but it's gonna take a lot of time to generate DP here, and we need about, I'd say, at least about 350 DP, but it really depends on how much you're gonna use, how many operators you're gonna redeploy. So probably just to be comfortable, do like 400, 500 maybe. And this run actually, I think we're going for 500 just to be comfortable. If you're going for 500, you're gonna be sure that you have plenty of DP. But if you don't have two operators or two Vanguards generating DP, this might take a while. So that's why having two Vanguards is a really nice idea. So again, generate DP, spam that Korra S2 so that we don't deal any damage to the big defenders. And if you repeat this, you can pretty much max out your DP here. We're just gonna skip through to the next part. Okay, so we generated about 520 DP for another 2 or 3 minutes, and we're gonna go for the next part here. We're gonna deploy, have Shirayuki, Perfumer, SilverAsh with the flow generator buff. We're gonna have Lava as well for Hitano. We do take out Myrtle, and we're gonna put Gravel in the bottom right side to trigger one of those guys immediately. And then we also have Lantha, we have Gravel, and here we can do a little bit of a combo. We can activate SilverAsh and deploy Gravel on top of that other dude, and SilverAsh will be able to snipe both of them. We're gonna use a Perfumer heal there, and retreating Gravel here also gives us some DP back, and it's always nice to do. But we're gonna have to sacrifice Myrtle there onto the Lancer, but that will be fine. We do have a SilverAsh taking care of that. I'm gonna bring in Melantha to block that dude onto that one tile so that SilverAsh can take him out, and he is successful. I'm gonna deploy Gravel, trigger another, I think they're called Begrudger or something, I always forget. But we have another Lancer coming in, so we're gonna deploy Gravel to block that one as well. Beautiful. We use a Hitano skill here. And then we do have SilverAsh dueling the mage there. Now I'm gonna have some Wraiths coming in here, and we are gonna need to deploy an operator here. We only have Moose, so she'll have to do, and she'll be able to deal with the Wraiths. Beautiful. Okay, so the mage is down, Moose did her job. We can keep her in, but we're gonna need to deploy some other operators, so we're gonna take her out. There's a couple more Wraiths coming in. SilverAsh will be able to deal with those. However, we do have the Wraith leader as well, and that one will need some proper damage. So we're gonna deploy Melantha there while we activate the final mage. And Melantha here should be able to deal with the Wraith leader with a little bit of help from what was it, Shirayuki and SilverAsh. Tano skill would have also been nice there. I don't think we had it up, so we had to use what we had. Okay, so SilverAsh, we don't really need to use the skill here. We do have Perfumer skill up, so I'm just gonna save SilverAsh skill here. And even if we need to use the skill, I mean, yeah, if we use the skill on the wave, the mage will automatically die anyway. But we are taking some damage here, but the mage goes down, so we are good. Alright, so I have a bit of a stack onto Korra / Gumi. We do have the Lancer that we need to take care of with Gravel. Boom, there it is. We're gonna take out Courier and bring in Beagle there. So anytime Courier gets overwhelmed, we need to bring in Beagle instead. Now we do have a bit of a leak onto Korra, so we're gonna use her S2. We're gonna use some skills. We could also deploy some operators, but again, the DP is a factor, so I try to save the DP here, so I'm not gonna go for another operator. And we did use Korra S2, so that should be enough. So I put Melantha, we trigger the Sentinel, but we also have to deal with the Lancer, so we have to take out Melantha and put in Gravel for the Lancer. It's kind of the wrong order. We should probably stop the Lancer first and then drop the Melantha to deal with the Sentinel, and that way we could have taken care of the Sentinel. But for now he'll be strolling around for a bit. We do have 2 mages in there, so we're gonna throw in Gravel to trigger their binds. And here we're gonna need skills here, so we're gonna need to save skills for the mages. This is gonna be a bit of a dangerous wave with the mages. We might need to spend some of that DP we've stacked up. And let's see. Do we need the Gravel there? Looks like we had a little bit of a clump. Yeah, so we had 4 enemies in there, so we needed to delay a little bit. Now we have some Wraiths, but SilverAsh will deal with them. Okay, so we have the skills at the ready. The mages are coming in. SilverAsh is still doing fine. We can stall a little bit or just go in early. We go with the true Silver Slash a little bit early, but we should be fine here. We do have a Wraith leader coming up, so let's see how that works out. Another one. The mage, we don't need to use any additional operators. That is very, very nice indeed. And look at that. So the Wraith leaders are coming up, and SilverAsh skill is running out. So ideally, we should have delayed SilverAsh skill a little bit longer, just so he could deal some damage onto the Wraith leaders. But hopefully Moose here can do the job. We do get a lucky stun with Gumi as well, so I think that pretty much helps us out. And then Moose with the skill activation there finishes the Wraith leader, so I think we got a little bit lucky there. But again, SilverAsh skill should have delayed slightly bit longer, just so it could help with the Wraith leaders as well. Okay, so we're at 150 out of 200, so we're going into the final phase here. And we do have most of our skills up. We can put in a Gravel and trigger one of those guys immediately. He's gonna come in. Alright, so we do have the Sentinel on the top left side as well. We're gonna need to deal with that later. A couple, or rather, a dozen swordsmen on the bottom left side. I'm gonna drop in Melantha there just to help SilverAsh. So we have a few options there. We can use our DP, drop an operator, or we can use a skill like, I don't know, Perfumer Heal, and that's about it. Or do the combo with SilverAsh, but the combo with SilverAsh, I kind of want him to deal damage to those swordmen as well, so we just saved it that time, and then we use it here. Then we can do the combo on the right side as well with Gravel. But we do have a mage on the bottom left side that we did not trigger, so instead he will bind Gumi, so we need to be careful here. It's not too bad if Gumi gets binded here, but we need to be careful, right? Because that's gonna be problematic. She's not gonna be able to heal, not gonna be able to block, and we do have another mage on the right side. We're gonna block with who's there for SilverAsh, and here he comes. So the swordman will be able to go through Gumi. However, as you can see, she does come back in time for him, so we don't need to deploy anything there. And we're gonna stall that one mage and have the bind triggered there, and Gumi is scot-free this time. Okay, so we have two mages, we have a swordman, we still have two of those world destroyers or whatever they're called, so we need to deal with them as well. Have to trigger one of them first, and we don't have Perfumer skill, we don't have SilverAsh skill, so we're gonna need to use some of our other operators here. On the bottom left side we have some hammer dudes coming up. We use the Korra skill there, which is not the right thing to do. We need Korra skill for the hammer dudes, so that was not very well used skill for Korra. Okay, so Hitano skill for the incoming wave, Melantha to help SilverAsh. We do have Perfumer Heal, and we are gonna need Beagle also. She's gonna need the defense skill for the big hammer dude. Lots of stuff going on. Okay, so SilverAsh skill is gonna come up. You have a Shiraki skill as well. Melantha, boom, she's done with the mage. Let's take her out, and then we still have one on the right side. I'm just gonna drop in Moose to help out Korra since we used her skill too early and now she's in trouble, so we need that help, and we're gonna have to use SilverAsh skill immediately so that we can survive here. Moose goes down. We're gonna trigger that dude as well because we have SilverAsh skill going, so we can get two birds with one stone, and boom, block him on that tile, and SilverAsh will be able to hit him no problem. And then Korra, she's gonna get her skill back. And here we could have activated the Sentinel as well, which frankly we should have done, but we're a little bit late, and we just let it slide for now. Should be fine. So we have the final wave here basically, prepping up as we take out the last mage from the right side. Alright, so our skills are gonna come up and we are gonna need them skills. SilverAsh skill is gonna be pretty important here. Alright, here they come. So we have two big hammer dudes, and then we have two even bigger hammer dudes coming up, and we are gonna drop in Moose there, deal some damage on that big guy, and we need to activate all our skills here. We do have the Sentinel, however the Sentinel is just gonna chill there for a while, so we are safe for now. We are gonna use our skills here, Korra and Beagle, and what we need to do is we need to save SilverAsh skill as much as we can so that he'll have the skill for the last enemies as well. So we used all our skills there, aside from Perfumer, who we're gonna use once our defensive skills are down. Okay, so we'll go ahead and use SilverAsh skill, and again, I think it's a bit early. We should have at least waited for the Sentinel to come up, because again, we have this one red hammer dude. That's gonna be a little bit problematic. The other one was dealt with by Moose. Just retreat our operators on that side. Tano should be able to one-shot him. However, we do have a bunch of operators here to stall with. Gravel, not the best spot there with the AoE, but we should be fine. Have our skills here, and we need to start delaying. So we want to push him down if we can. So we wait for him to go to the middle of the tile, and then have the operator drop on top of him and facing down, and we get the side push there. Not exactly what we wanted, but we do have Gravel coming back up, and Gravel, she can tank one hit, then she goes down. That buys us a lot of time, and then we have Myrtle, and this bad boy is very low health, and he should go down here, and there it is. And I think we had a second and a half on Gravel there. Maybe we could have delayed even more, but that is the run. That was a low rarity SilverAsh, and we did bring in a friend Myrtle there as well. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure to like, subscribe, and I'll catch you next time. Have a good one and take care.